BPO3 is supported by Timber King Sawmills. For more information on my 1220 CRZ mill, or one of many Foley hydraulic options, go to timberking.com. Good morning. Well, it's almost 11 a.m., but good morning. Today is a work day, and I've got, oh man, it's been a while since we've seen the sun. Oh man, it has been a while since we've seen the sun. I've got a lot of stuff going on and a lot of delays. It's been exactly 1 week to the day since the sawmill arrived, and it has been tarped since the very first night because we've had rain. We've had rain, we've had rain, we've had rain. It's kind of demoralizing the amount of rain that we've had. So it is the 18th of June when I'm recording this, and we've had rain every single day since the 8th. The sawmill arrived on the 11th, if I'm not mistaken. The morning of the 10th, it rained, and then the evening of the 11th, it rained. So I guess kind of sort of in between there, we had 24 hours of no rain. Oh, rain. So everything's saturated. I can't do anything. I haven't been able to finish this sand job around the side of the perimeter of the foundation because of rain. One day, in a 3-hour window, it was Monday before the sawmill, we had gutters installed, and I had them put the downspouts in the middle because I'm going to tie them in and get them out, so that's less of a distance. It'd be cheaper for me to tie these in this way than make one line over there and one line through the driveway over here. So downspouts on this side, same thing on the other side. But yeah, I can't, it's just, man, it is what it is. I can't get back there and do anything because, well, it doesn't dry out. Everything's saturated, everything's starting to grow up, so I need to get all this knocked back down, but I can't get out there because saturation everywhere. Good news is we're having all these natural grasses come back on their own. We're not planting anything. Grasses are coming back wonderfully. So if I can get these saplings and whatnot knocked back down and get these trees starting to come back down this summer, then all will be well. And I'm saying this knowing that the drought is coming. We always have a 2 or 3 month drought, so it's coming. It's just saturation right now. I got to get all this stuff moved and cleaned, like I said, but I can't even get the tractor right there. It's too gooey. Tractor bucket, I'd like to put that back on the tractor and move some of that sand, but I can't because of the rain. I'd like to put these forks on the front of the tractor and get some logs up on the sawmill, but I can't because of the rain. Well, and the tractor cylinder. I'll talk about that in a second. I'd like to get the lane shark up and running once again to get back on the trails and start clearing stuff because the trails are horrible looking, but I can't because of the rain. I'd like to grind some stumps over there in the orchard area, but I can't because of the rain. Of course, the grapple. Nothing's wrong with that. I have a forestry mulcher for the back PTO of the tractor, but I haven't even unboxed it. It's been sitting there for a week because of the rain. My four-wheeler, I have some plastics issues or some rub. These aren't, I don't know if I'd consider these rubber. If they are rubber, they're hard as a rock. But these are starting to tear up quite a bit, and I can't find any replacements online. So my temporary fix was to use some of this pipe strapping and rivets to just kind of get it all together. And while it helped, it obviously didn't work. They all busted off. So if you have any ideas or solutions to replace this with something DIY, maybe a roll of plastic or something, I don't know. I gotta address that because these trails are brutal with sticks. Isn't that right? You like sticks? Grace, where is your ball? Where is your ball? Where's your ball? Go get your ball. Go get your ball and I'll throw it. My daughter got a four-wheeler. Yeah, that's right. Nana came over from Texas. My mom lives in Texas, my dad lives in Michigan, and I live in Mississippi. My mom came over, Nana, and she brought a four-wheeler for Tyler K. This is a 125. They bought it for $100, put a brand new carburetor and some other stuff on it for like $20, something like that, changed the fluids, and this thing runs like a top, runs like a dream. It is, for 125 cc, the power to weight ratio on this thing is fantastic. Like, it would be almost worth it to find a bunch of these and get them just for transportation around the property, because my big old butt on there, this thing flies. I had to back off the throttle quite a bit because, you know, she's learning and I don't want her to go crazy with speed and whatnot. But she's got a four-wheeler, so daddy puts the trash on his four-wheeler and she escorts me out to the trash can every every couple days we take the trash out. She loves it. She loves it. She loves it. And I love it that she loves it. And we get to ride together. So that's super awesome. Mama, she doesn't really care anything about riding trails. The cylinder saga continues. So that's the bent cylinder. It's gone. It's completely toast. It's trashed. I took the good cylinder off to go to a local hydraulic shop, see if they can't cross-reference it from metric to imperial and get me another one. Oh yeah, we can do that, no problem. Well, they've had it since Friday of last week. It's Wednesday of this week, and I've still yet to hear anything. I've called them twice, and I'm getting frustrated. I'm getting really frustrated. I'm about to just bring it back and purchase a couple of my own. They won't be exact match, but they'll be close enough. And supposedly stronger for a lot less money. Bad boy wants $1,500 for this cylinder. That's 4 digits. $1,500, one cylinder. And you can get a replacement set that have close to enough of the same specs. The only difference is the retracted length is just a little bit less, and then the fully extended length is just a little bit less. So my range of motion will be completely shifted up just a little bit, which I think is fine, because when I dump the bucket goes a little bit more than vertical. So if it's a little bit more like that, well, then it's vertical. I can still dump the bucket just as easy. But oh man, it's frustrating. I've got so much work to do, and there's so many roadblocks in different ways, but that's okay. We're gonna get through it. Just change the oil on the Jeep. Of course, it's lifted, so putting that big bucket under it, that tote underneath it to change the oil, easy peasy. And this thing has been pretty nice. So gutters on the shop on the lean-to side, and I had them put the gutters, the downspouts in the middle, because I want to tie these together and put them into some type of water feature somewhere over here. So there's no sense in having them all over the place. And then if we ever get around to, financially speaking, rainwater harvesting, I would like to rainwater harvest off of this to supply the house. That would be great. Or just put it off the house. But anyway, that's still in the cards, and these downspouts are still in an appropriate location to have a container somewhere on one of these poles. That would be fine. Yeah, I can't get anywhere. So what happens is we'll have like 12 hours of sunlight or something like that, and just a few little spots here and there will dry up, but not enough to drive the tractor anywhere. It's still ooey gooey. And then I rode the trails with the four-wheeler yesterday for the first time in a while, and then on our south gate we had some problems with some kids riding four-wheelers onto our property. So I put up a trail camera. And it's neighborhood kids. I get it. I understand it. You know what? When I was your age, I rode trails all the time. Probably a lot of it, actually, I know a lot of it wasn't on my property. I was young and dumb. But this property is kind of sort of dangerous with these trees. Every now and then you'll find a tree that's completely dead, and you don't want no kids bumping up against it and tree falling on them and all that good stuff. And also, we live here, so get off our property, right? So I'd rather kids be riding four-wheelers in the woods than out partying and having a crazy time with stuff that they shouldn't be doing. So I understand it from that perspective, but also respect boundaries. This is not your property, and they have to cross over somebody else's 120-acre pine stand to get into our property from the back side of it. They're not coming through the front, they're coming through the back. So I put a trail camera over there, and it seems like when they see the trail camera, they're like, oh my gosh, and then they turn around on our property and leave. So that's good. But yesterday it was pouring down rain, and I heard them, because there's mud holes all through that property south of us. So I heard them tearing up the mud holes. So I got on my four-wheeler in the rain and took the dogs down there. Well, they followed me, and I just sat there and waited for them with my camera out, and they never did cross. So Oh, wind, you feel wonderful. You feel wonderful, wind. I don't know if you can see it. We got some vultures twirling around up there. Maybe there's something dead on that side. I don't know. I don't know. Both of the older kittens. This is Myrtle right here. Oh, Myrtle, it's okay, kitty. Both of the kitties are in cones, and today was the first day out of their cage because they just got spayed. So that's another thing to deal with. How you doing, Myrtle? How you doing, kitty? And Sarah's over there. She doesn't have her cone on anymore because Sarah has been showing some restraint with her incision. It's been a week for them. Myrtle, on the other hand, she's picking at it, so cone goes back on. But today is the first day of them being out of the cage. They've been on cage rest for a week with their cones on. How you doing, Sarah? Sarah. So I'm not a cat person. I'm really not. I would never get a cat as a pet if I was out on my own. Never would do that. But this cat right here, I think she's just a gorgeous cat. I think she has such interesting markings. And when she was a kitten, not so much right now, but when she was a kitten, her hair was long, real long, and she had ear hair that was just impressive. Like it was, reminded me of Einstein. Very calm and docile cat. All right, today's objective is to make a chainsaw box for my four-wheeler. I want a box of some kind, either on the front or the back. I really don't care. Probably on the back. I like visibility on the front, so probably on the back. Make a box to fit the small chainsaw, or maybe the both Pro Yama saws. If I can make the box to where it doesn't fit off the side of here, I haven't measured anything yet. If it doesn't hang off the side, then I'll probably make the box to hold both Pro Yama saws. Give me some options: both Pro Yama saws, a machete, maybe a hatchet, and some bar and chain oil and gas. And a little bit of tools here and there. That's my objective. Make one to go right here. The material I'm using is this batch that I cut off the Sawmill, and I tell you what, it's humid here. It is crazy humid pretty much year round, so it's like, no, I'm kind of sort of used to it, you know. But I'm starting to get some mildew on here because I love you, Grace. I love you, Grace. You are the center of attention, huh? Can you scoot this way, please? Thank you. Starting to get a little bit of Gracie, I need you to lay down. Thank you so much. Lay down. I'm getting a little bit of mildew right here because I didn't do a good enough job getting the sawdust off. I was just trying to get it in real fast before the rain. So that's something that I'm going to be battling here. And like I said, it's just so humid. Currently in the shop, it is 84 degrees, 76% humidity, and last night it got up to 87% humidity. Within the last 24 hours, it got up to 91 degrees. The next couple days, I think tomorrow, no rain is scheduled for today, thankfully, but we're still saturated. But tomorrow, we're gonna get like an inch of rain yet again. And then after that, we have 3 days of no rain, but there's a heat wave hitting the eastern United States. Here in Mississippi, it's gonna be like 92, 93 with the heat index at 104, 105, super humid. But in Michigan, where I'm from, I grew up in Livonia, Michigan. So every now and then I check the weather up there to see how my dad's got it, how well my dad has it up there in that cool Michigan weather. But it's actually gonna be hotter up there. It's supposed to be 99 degrees this coming Thursday with a heat index of a little over 100. So they're getting a little bit of moisture out of that, but they're nowhere near as saturated as we are. But still, 99 degrees with the heat index over 100. That's hot for Michigan. That is hot. All right, caffeine is kicking, if you haven't already noticed, so I'm gonna shut up, put some tunes on, and get to work. 38 3/4. 38 3/4. So this line right here represents the width of the rack on the four-wheeler, and there's a little bit of space right here for the left wall and then the right wall, and actually a little bit more space over here. So I have enough to make a box, and all this still fits inside it. I just need to make some stops down below to stop all this stuff from rattling around. Inside the box, I'll have a pocket over here, a long pocket for a larger bar, 24-inch bar, an axe, and a machete in a fabric sheath. And then my top handle chainsaw, 2 little jugs. Each one of these chainsaws came with one of these little jugs, and I thought, man, these are kind of sort of pointless, little itty flimsy things. But for this box, I think they'll be handy. Put oil and gas mix in one, and then bar oil in the other, and have them ready to go at all times. The bigger chainsaw here, the 68cc chainsaw with the 20-inch bar installed, but the 24 as part of the kit. And I think this will all work. Inside this box right here is wedges, files, the scrunch, a new chain for the 24 for that bar over there. Yeah, I think a couple other things in there too. I think this is going to work out quite well if I can just if I can just stop everything from rattling around. I think it's going to work out well. Change of plans. That's going to have to wait. Our water heater in the camper is leaking. Jamie just said that some trim was a little bit damaged on the inside from water. Well, here we go. We are leaking camper water heater inside there. I don't know if you can see that. That's where the flame is for the gas side of the water heater. This thing has gas and electric. Well, it's leaking. Alright, it made more sense to just get something that would be compatible with the apartment. That way I can just bypass the camper water heater. Ah, horsefly, dang it, ouch, that hurt. And just hook this up and in a temporary location, and then relocate it when we build the apartment. It just makes more sense to do that, financially speaking, anyway. Eventually I will replace the water heater in the camper if we decide to sell it, but until then we can just bypass it. It's rigged up. It's rigged up. I know it's kind of the story of my life right now, but hey, it works. 40-gallon electric water heater, and we've got cold water coming into the camper with PEX right here, teed off of it, and then hot water going down and into the camper. Luckily, bottom side of this water heater, they have the manufacturer has 2 lines coming out that are capped in PEX for the drain lines. So I just tied into the hot water drain on the bottom, and I put a ball valve on it and went into the camper that way. The cold water going into the heater and then the hot water going out, I just cut those and capped them on all 4 ends. So this is completely disconnected, and there you go. It's rigged up, but hey, it works. Electricity, it's completely temporary, just thrown over the top of the camper. Rigged up, right? We've got a ball valve to turn off the supply, and we'll probably turn the supply off until I get more comfortable with this actually being here, because I don't want to leave this thing running 24/7. Back in my bachelor days, when I was living by myself, I had a 40-gallon electric water heater in my house trailer, and I turned it on via the breaker. I would turn it on half hour before I wanted to take a shower, and then when I got out of the shower, the breaker panel was on my way to my bedroom from the bathroom, and I would turn off the breaker, and I would never keep electricity to the water heater when I wasn't needing hot water. So that saved me, I think, a lot of money, actually. I had some really low electric bills in the summertime. I used electric for heat in the wintertime, and that jacked up the electricity bill. But during all that whole time, it was about 5 years that I did this. So many people said, you can't do that, man. You can't use a breaker as a switch. You're just going to wear out the breaker and you have to buy another one. Well, I did that for 5 years and I never wore out the breaker. So my nighttime routine at night is to put the dogs in their cages, give them some nighttime lovin's and tell them that they're awesome little doggies. Lock the doors and all that good stuff. So the breaker panel is right next to the dogs. All I have to do is we shower at night, so when I'm doing my nighttime routine, turn the breaker off, and whoever needs hot water first thing in the morning, you can turn the breaker back on if anyone needs it first thing in the morning. Or the next night when we do our showers at night, I can turn the breaker on right then. So I'm not gonna leave the go away, horsefly, bad horsefly, I kill you. We're not going to leave the water supplied to the water heater on 24/7, and already we don't leave the electricity turned on to the water heater in the camper. We have the breaker panels below the refrigerator in the camper, and half hour before a shower we turn the electric water heater on. We've always done that, so this is nothing really new, except we're now going from a 6-gallon water heater to a 40-gallon water heater. Our family, oh come on you horseflies, our family has been using a 6-gallon water heater for about, what is this? This is the 6th month, so 15 months now. We have been taking showers with a 6-gallon water heater. A 40-gallon water heater, that's gonna be nice. It's gonna be real nice.
Boogie down at the bar, fiddle tunes and homemade booze, but it always goes too far. Shooting pool, crack a jack, you can take off now and don't look back, but hey, don't you wanna play? Hold on, sugar, why you look so sad? Come on now,